It's time for America Outdoors Radio, the show that covers the outdoor scene across the U.S. of A. and the entire continent. Fishing, hunting, conservation, outdoor recreation, and great destinations. We cover it all every week. It's your country, your outdoors. Let's explore it together with your host, John Cruz.
I am back from Las Vegas, Nevada, where I attended the Shooting, Hunting, Outdoor Trade Show, also known as SHOT Show. And I've got to tell you, it was a little different this year. Some of the exhibitors, they pulled out due to COVID concerns. Other exhibitors who wanted to attend couldn't because either they or direct family members came down with COVID in the days before the show started. Attendance was also down about a third, so instead of the normal 60,000 plus people, it was probably closer to 40,000, but there were still some 1,800 to 2,000 plus exhibitors there, and still about 40,000 attendees who were wandering the 13.9 miles of aisles talking to the exhibitors, who by and large were in a pretty good mood because the industry is doing very well during this COVID pandemic. Lots of demand for firearms, lots of folks getting into hunting and the shooting sports. The only issue is keeping up with all that demand with all the supply chain concerns we have. The first day of the show was spent at the range, and we've got some great guests that I got to meet there. One of them is Mike Riley. He's with the JTS Group, and we'll be talking to him in just a minute about an awesome AK-47 style shotgun he let me shoot, and I'll tell you what, it busts clay pigeons like nobody's business. Another person I got to chat with was Rick Stokel. He's with Federal Premium Ammunition. They have some new shot shells out. One of them specifically for skeet and trap shooting, and the other one very innovative and very much a throwback. It actually has a cardboard paper wad. Why, you ask? Well, to be a little bit more environmentally friendly. That's why. Rick will tell you more about these shells in just a few minutes. And of course, I had to drop by the Camp Chef tent and check in with my old friend Brooks Hansen. Turns out Camp Chef has been very busy during the pandemic. They've got not one, not two, but 3 new products they're coming out with, and I can't wait to share with you what those are. Heading back to the halls of the Sands Expo and Caesars Forum, I was really intrigued by what Off-Grid Tools had to offer. If you're looking for a multifunctional axe, whether you're an outdoors enthusiast or maybe own a truck, you're going to want to hear about the axes that they have. And Todd Hurdos will tell you all about them. Not only that, they have a promo code that'll give you 20% off an order, and we'll share that with you too. The other booth I was really excited to visit was manned by the crew from G&H Decoys. This company is based in Henrietta, Oklahoma. They've been around since 1934, and they're actually the only decoy company that still mass produces waterfowl decoys in the United States. Ray Penny, the CEO, and Carlos Gomez, the Director of Conservation, will share more about this compelling story about this company you're not going to want to miss. And we are also doing a little giveaway from G&H Decoys. If you want a chance to get a t-shirt, ball cap, and some other swag, just go to our Facebook page at America Outdoors Radio. Like and follow the page. Look for the post thread where we're doing the giveaway, and just let us know what station you're listening to today and what state you're from. That's all you have to do to enter. If you don't do Facebook, don't worry. Give us the same information through our website at AmericaOutdoorsRadio.com. Just shoot us an email and let us know what station you're listening to, what state you're from, and you're entered for a chance to win. We'll give this away after our last broadcast this weekend. All right, without further ado, let's head to the Clark County Shooting Complex and see what they've got for us at the range. We are at the range in Boulder City, and man, oh man, I just did something really fun. I was shooting an AK-style shotgun. Just went 5 for 5 on clays. With us here to tell you about this really unique product is Mike Riley from JTS. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much. It's great to be here, and I'm always excited to put our shotgun into people's hands because a lot of people are familiar with the Sega shotgun, but we've really redesigned this gun. We made it longer. We use a different trunnion on it. For AK geeks will know what that means, but we made this gun much more reliable. And when I went sandhill crane hunting over New Year's, first bird I shot was with that AK, and I'm always stunned at what a great shotgun it is for hunting. You know, and when I first came to JTS, that's what I wanted to do. We've now partnered with Brad Clay for Final Descent Outdoors. I mean, this guy's killed more deer than hard winters. and he's going to be hunting all year with that AK.
They always tell you when you're shooting clays, don't use the sight. But I mean, this has a sight just like a rifle sight.
Yep.
And I was using it, and it worked perfect for these straightaway clays.
Yeah, it's very intuitive, and you're able to really get on it. It's a very short gun, so it swings extremely well, but because it's an AK, it's a little heavier than you'd have with an inertia gun, so you don't overswing. It's a very easy gun to bring up and put on target.
Let's talk about the magazines. It has 5 shotgun shells in them. That's a little unusual, too.
It is, and we also have a 10-round mag. Some other shotguns will fit drums. We've got another version coming up that will fit drums. If you like to clear jams out of your gun, you can always use a drum. But you also can modify these magazines very easily and make them 2-shot mags. We have a video online that kind of shows you how to do that, and that way if you want to use it for waterfowl hunting, you're good to go.
I was going to ask you exactly about that because most states do have that 3-shell limit for waterfowl. So nice to know that you have that. How much does that plug cost?
Well, if you want the special 2-inch piece of wood sent from me, I make them for about $90 a piece, or otherwise you could make it yourself for no money whatsoever. Now, what is cool is you have to use a Fowler from another magazine, and we actually sell our guns with 2 mags, so you can utilize that other part and have that waterfowl mag, and then when you're back home, you can put it back together with your other magazine, and now you got 2 mags again.
In addition to the AK, I understand this also comes in an AR platform.
Correct. We have an AR platform. You can do the exact same thing with us. And our AR is actually the only true AR on the market. If you look at AR-style shotguns on the market, there's 100 different ones. They're all just fine guns, but they're basically a Remington 1100. So they don't have the same buffer tube as an AR. They don't come apart as an AR. They don't have the same maintenance schedule. Ours is a true AR, meaning that you should be able to drive, text, and clean our AR shotgun all at the same time.
And I guess the other thing we should talk about, we've been talking about hunting, but a lot of folks, they're going to be buying this for personal defense, aren't they?
Right, and that's been the lion's share of the guns that we sell. And people look at this and say, I want a home defense gun. Well, you're not going to get much better than a short shotgun like this that is going to run. You can control the recoil on it. We run everything from shells going 1,250 feet per second to a full Magnum slug. And that's what a lot of people have done, and that's been the majority of our business. Part of my job is to get people to get this out hunting because this shotgun really will cover every mission you need it to do.
Well, you made me a believer. I really love how it shoots, and I do see the application for hunting now that I didn't see before. One last thing we have to talk about here. This amazed me. The price point that JTS has for these AR and AK style shotguns.
Yeah, so I won't give the wholesale price over, but you should be able to go to your gun store. We're in all the distributors. We're in all the stores. If you're not in your store, connect with us directly. I'll do some direct sales to folks as well. But you should be able to pick this gun up for about $350 at a retail cost. And
that is amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, for law enforcement and military, they just contact me. I've got an even better price for those folks.
All right. Well, that's Mike Riley. If you are law enforcement or military, want that discount, contact him at JTS. Mike, before we go, what's the website?
The website is jtsgroup.us. It's jtsgroup.us.
All right, just another innovative firearm we found here at SHOT Show. Stick around. We've got more coming at you from the range. This portion of the show is brought to you by our friends at WorkSharp. And if you need a knife or tool sharpener, whether it be for the shop, whether it be for outdoors use, or whether it be for the kitchen, WorkSharp has got what you need. WorkSharp, they were there at SHOT Show, got to check in with Matt Elliott, the Director of Marketing. You'll be hearing from him next week, and they are pretty excited to roll out a whole new line of sharpeners just for the kitchen. And let's face it, all of us have a kitchen, and all of us need sharp knives in that kitchen. So I'm really excited to tell you about that. But they were also there with some of their tried and true sharpeners, especially the Ken Onion Edition knife and tool sharpener. That one's always a big hit, top of the line, uses abrasive belts to get a great edge on your knives. And you can check out the entire lineup of products that WorkSharp has available at their website. You'll find it at WorkSharpTools.com. And when I checked a couple days ago, they were still quietly running a promo where if you spend over $99, you get a free micro sharpener and tool. And this is great because it fits right in your pocket. You can very quickly sharpen your knives on the go. And if you need to take apart a folding knife, maybe to clean it, it's got the little bits there that'll help you do just that. And you get it free with any order of $99 or more. You'll see it when you check out, so go ahead and shop now at WorkSharpTools.com. That's WorkSharpTools.com.
Ready to step up to a quality-built rifle or shotgun that's a true classic? Check out Henry Repeating Arms, American-made. There's over 200 models to choose from in a variety of finishes and calibers for hunters and target shooters. Many of these are lever-action models with a look right out of the Old West. Don't be deceived, though. Henry Repeating Arms are modern, rugged, accurate, reliable, and have a lifetime guarantee. Find out more and order a free catalog today at henryusa.com. That's henryusa.com.
Come explore the Dalles in Oregon for outdoors fun. Hike amongst the wildflowers, bike our riverfront trail, or visit the Gorge Discovery Center where you can enjoy a live raptor display, or even check out our National Neon Sign Museum. But don't forget the fishing. We've got salmon, steelhead, bass, walleye, and monster-sized sturgeon waiting just for you. When the day is done, tell those tall tales at one of our wineries, breweries, or restaurants and plan your next adventure. Find out more at explorethedalles.com.
Why book at Sportsman's Cove Lodge?
Why is Alaska like no other place on Earth? It hasn't changed in thousands of years.
From the way you get here on a float plane to the way you go out with the guides and the boats, it's just a professional experience.
And I said, this is as good as it gets. I said, if you can't catch fish here, you can't catch fish anywhere.
Your experience with us will leave you speechless.
Book now at alaskasbestlodge.com. You're back in with America Outdoors Radio. I'm John Cruz. We are broadcasting from the range in Boulder City, Nevada. It is Industry Day at the range at SHOT Show. You're going to hear a lot of gunfire going off. We are actually right by the Federal Remington booth, and there's some folks shooting some shotguns and some clay pigeons. But that's not what we're here to talk about right now. Our friends at Camp Chef are also here, and they've got some brand new products they're rolling out for SHOT Show. With us here to tell you more about them is Brooks Hansen. Brooks, great to have you back on the air.
Hey, John, it's good to see you. It's awesome to be out and about and see some familiar faces.
Amidst the gunfire, absolutely it is. You know, you've got three really exciting things that you're coming out with. I'm frankly surprised. Most companies during COVID did all they could do just to meet the demand of their existing products, weren't really spending a lot of time coming out with anything new, but you did.
You know, it's been a circus trying to keep up with the supply and demand, which is good, but it's also been fun for our engineers and our research and development team. They've been able to really put in the time and effort to come out with some cool new products. We've got our new fire pits, which are fantastic. They went through a cosmetic upgrade. They've got a lid on them, just a sleeker, better design. They're coming in a 24-inch, an 18-inch, and 16-inch. That's a propane fire pit. They're awesome when you're in burn-restricted areas, all kinds of stuff like that. Pretty cool features.
You know, I've had one of your propane fire pits for years, and that's exactly what I use it for. I'll take it camping. I'll use it at some of these burn restriction areas, but I love the lid because I'll be honest, over time, and I've had this several years now, it's starting to show a little rust. And this lid, that's going to prevent all that.
Yeah, I think it's going to help protect it. It's going to, you know, it looks nice, but when you're done burning and put that lid on, nobody's going to burn their hands, accidentally touch a hot rock. It just looks so much nicer when you put it away, and it also adds that protection on it.
Well, and that's so important what you just mentioned. Whether you've got this out on the back patio or whether you're car camping, you know, a lot of you listening out there, you've got little kids or little grandkids, and everyone's curious about flame. So those kids might be thinking when the fire's off, they can touch that lava rock, and this lid is a great way to reduce accidents.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we killed it with these new fire pits. They just look so nice. Hopefully you'll see them in retail by end of March, early April this spring.
Well, I'll definitely be looking for one and looking to get one too. Let's turn to cast iron. You've got a whole new line of cast iron coming out.
Yeah, we've got our Camp Chef Heritage cast iron. It's a machined cast iron, so it's going to look like your non-stick pan, but it's a cast iron cooking surface. It's got a nice silicone handle, some stainless steel handles on the pots. We've got it in a 12-inch, 10-inch skillet, and then a 10-inch and 12-inch pot. True seasoned, ready to cook, out of the box, machined finish. They're really elegant. They look really nice. It kind of will complete that whole cast iron cook set you have.
Why don't you explain what you mean to those folks who aren't into cast iron cooking, what true seasoned is?
It means it's already been seasoned. It's done in our factory, and then it's ready to cook the second it comes out of the box. So cast iron's got to build a patina. We help start that process. The more you cook with it, the better it gets. But you don't have to buy the cast iron and then spend a couple weeks trying to season it before you cook. You can cook with it right out of the box.
I love this. Absolutely love this. All right, we have saved the best for last. This is something really innovative you're coming out with.
Yeah, you talk about it's our Camp Chef Apex pellet grill. So this is a pellet grill that's also a gas grill combo. It looks very similar to a gas grill that's on your patio, but it's also a pellet grill. So it's a full combo. Also comes with a sidekick unit that you can put on the side. So it's basically everything that we've manufactured all in one. So really cool features, really cool grill. We're excited about it.
Why don't you explain for our listeners who haven't heard about the sidekick feature before what that is?
The sidekick is a 30,000 B2 burner that attaches on the side of our pellet grills, and this is going to come standard with, it's going to come as an insert into the Apex grill. It's the same burner that's used on our traditional 2 and 3 burner stoves, so all the accessories that fit on there also fit on the Sidekick, so it just makes it that much more versatile.
Those 30,000 BTU burners, those are so good for when you're trying to cook crab, and get a whole lot of water going really quick. They work fantastic, and tell you what, I got to have some king crab legs from our friends at Cena Seafoods, and used a big pot I had, and my Camp Chef Pro 60 got it done in a hurry. So that was wonderful. All right, so lots of new stuff coming out. I'm not sure we mentioned when the Apex is coming out. I think a lot of people will be very interested in this very innovative grill.
Look for that early summer, late spring, early summer is when you should see that at retail.
Okay, well, if you're looking to upgrade this year, check out the new Apex grill, combination pellet grill and gas grill. Also, if you want some cast iron that's already seasoned, takes all the work out of it, check out the new line of cast iron from Camp Chef. And for the back patio or for camping, can't go wrong with these propane fire pits, especially during this day and age we have so many fire restrictions out there in the woods. You can find information about all of this at campchef.com, and as you just heard, it's going to be in all the big box retail stores and hardware stores and ranch and home stores and many other places coming up this spring. Again, campchef.com, that's the place to go to find out more right now. Brooks, great to see you at SHOT Show, and looking forward to seeing you again soon.
You bet. It's good to see you, John. Thanks so much for stopping by, and let's keep this going.
I'm John Cruz. We're continuing to broadcast from SHOT Show's Industry Day at the range in Boulder City, Nevada. I just got to try out some federal ammunition in a really fun Savage trap shooting gun, single shot. Actually hit what I was aiming at. That doesn't happen too often. With us here to tell you a little bit more about some new ammo they've come out with that works like a champ is Rick Stockel. He's with Federal Premium Ammunition. Rick, welcome to the show.
Great to be here, John. Good to see you again.
You've got 2 new loads out this year, and one of them specifically for trap and skeet shooters, isn't it?
Yes, we got a brand new high-end premium type target load called High Overall. So that takes the place of our plastic gold medals in the past. So this is a brand new product, really high on it, top of the line. Shoots really good, got a brand new wad in it, very reloadable hull. I think you shot some of it today. Really a great target load.
Well, actually, I was asking to shoot your other new shell. And this one is almost like a throw pack. It's actually got a paper wad.
Right, and listening to consumers today, it's all about the plastic in the environment, and that's been a big deal. And what you see is people pick up their hulls, not a big deal, you pick them up, but the wads kind of go out there in the field, and they're laying all over the place. And what we've done is got back to a completely paper-based wad. So what you're seeing out there will go away in the environment, not worried about adding plastics to everything we see out there today. And we have a new target load, a Top Gun with a paper wad in it, and then also we'll be bringing out some steel loads, target type steel loads actually soon here too.
Does the paper wad affect the performance at all?
It took a lot of development. It's actually, like you said, a throwback in the old days, and it's a paper shot cup. We did a lot of development work, and it actually shoots really good. So we've put a lot of engineering into it, and you're going to see patterns just like you would see with plastic wads.
It certainly worked like a champ on the clay pigeons I just shot at. And folks, I think this is really not only innovative, but from a conservation point of view, very responsible, too. I hope other shotgun shell manufacturers follow your lead on this, because you're right. Those plastic wads, they're out there, well, just about forever, at least our lifetimes, and they're just not going away. So this does help solve a big problem.
Right, and that's exactly what we've been trying to do. We're seeing a lot of bigger clubs across the country talking about, the plastics in the field. They don't want that anymore, and it's just a negative thing. So we're definitely moving that direction, and this is a great step for us to get there. Great product.
All right, one more time with the names of both of these lines of ammunition and when we can expect to see them in stores.
Okay, our high overall is called HOA, and it's our new trap load. You'll start seeing that. We're making them now, and with this crazy crush, you don't see a lot of product out there, but you'll start seeing those. We actually seeded the world last fall in our big shoots, and you'll start seeing that this year. And then the Top Gun paper wad product, again, we'll start seeing that out here this spring, hopefully, but we're really high on both of these products.
Well, I'll tell you what, when those paper wads come out in the steel shot, I'll definitely be buying that. Again, I think it's really great what you're doing there. And again, folks, it shoots really well too. So look for Federal Shot Shells at a sporting goods store near you and go ahead and get some of these. It's going to probably improve your shooting too. Rick, thanks so much for sharing this with us today on America Outdoors Radio.
Thanks for having us here, and we appreciate all you guys do for us.
We've been telling you about Sportsman's Cove Lodge in Southeast Alaska for a while now. They're truly Alaska's best lodge. Wildlife is abundant, from bears and deer to eagles and whales, and let's not forget the reason you're here, the fishing. Halibut, salmon, lingcod, rockfish, true cod, and more. It's all waiting for you in abundance at Sportsman's Cove Lodge. Book your trip today at alaskasbestlodge.com. That's alaskasbestlodge.com for Sportsman's Cove Lodge.
Campers, adventure seekers, hunters, and foodies. No matter the lifestyle, we can all agree on one thing. Great food and great people are worth remembering. At Camp Chef, we don't just make grills. We create each product knowing that a warm meal is always better when it's shared with those we love. Learn more about Camp Chef grills, smokers, and portable cooking equipment at campchef.com. That's campchef.com for a better way to cook outdoors.
Next up on America Outdoors Radio, we've got more audio for you recorded from the floor of SHOT Show in Las Vegas, Nevada, the biggest trade show of its type for the shooting, hunting, and outdoor industry. Now, there's a lot of folks that make firearms and ammunition here, but there's a lot of folks in the hunting business too, and one of them has been around for a long time is G&H Decoys. You have undoubtedly seen their waterfowl decoys in sporting goods stores near you. With us here to tell you more about this storied company is Ray Penny. Ray, welcome to the show.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me on.
Why don't you briefly talk about the G&H story? You're based in Henrietta, Oklahoma, and you were family-owned until very recently.
Yes, sir, that's correct. G&H is, we'd like to think it's an American institution. It's the oldest waterfowl decoy manufacturer in the United States of America. We're 87 years old, and we were family-owned until our last family owner, Dick Gozalski, passed away almost exactly a year ago in January of 2021. He was 87 years old. He was born the year the company was founded. And when the company, sort of passed by the wayside with Dick's passing, a group of us who were longtime G&H customers decided we wanted to do something to try to keep this business alive and keep it in the United States of America. So, a group of owners from Texas and Oklahoma got together. We raised the funds and we purchased the assets of the business. And our plan is to continue to make American waterfowl decoys in the same factory with the same hands in Henrietta, Oklahoma.
You know, I love hearing this story in this age of huge corporations gobbling up smaller companies or the remnants of smaller family-owned companies when the owner passes away. So this is a great story already. Let's talk a little bit about your decoys. I understand they're the only ones in terms of being mass-produced decoys that are still made in America.
That's correct. We're the last production decoy that is still made in the U.S. There's a lot of great mom-and-pop carvers who create beautiful work in the United States. But as far as a production decoy that you can go down to the store and buy in a box, we're the last ones, and we go from plastic pellet media into a molded, painted, finished, packed decoy, all inside of one facility in Henrietta, Oklahoma. We do every single step of the process there, and we've got employees. Some of them have been there as long as 35 years, and we're very, very proud of the manufacturing process that we have, and we're very proud of the steps that we take to ensure a quality product.
I've got so many decoys in my shed that I don't know what to do with them anymore. I guess I've got to ask, what is the price point for a dozen mallard or widgeon decoys these days?
So our M4M with the swivel head, which is sitting behind you on the box back there, that's sort of our bread and butter oversized mallard decoy. It's got a swivel head, which is kind of a unique thing that we offer. And those M4M swivel head decoys retail for $179 a dozen. So believe it or not, we are the last American-made production decoy. We'd love to think that we're the best quality decoy. We've got a paint job that we believe will last 10 years, and we are not the most expensive decoy on the market.
I really like the swivel head. That is a great feature because you and I both know that when you have a dozen decoys and they're all looking straight ahead, the ducks, they pick up on that in a heartbeat.
Sure. You can spend a lot of money getting different poses and this and that, and the decoys that we manufacture all have those swivel heads, almost all of them. You can adjust the heads. It's not difficult to create a variety of different looks, and they're very, very durable.
And as I recall, you sell the feeder decoys too, where you just basically see the duck's butt.
That's correct. We've got feeders. We've got a number of, as far as our goose products go, we've got a number of different full bodies. We've got shells. We've got 5 different head poses that you can get for the full bodies and the shells. We've got a whole variety of different looks that you can present to the birds.
What's your best seller? Is it the mallards, I presume, or is it maybe the goose shell decoys?
Yeah, that's a great question. Our M4M swivel head decoy is probably our best-selling duck decoy. Our divers have a very classic, unique look to them. We sell a lot of the bluebills and ringnecks and canvasbacks, but we also sell an enormous amount of goose shells. That goose shell that you're looking at right there, the H100, the mold for that was developed in the 1960s. It's still one of our top-selling goose decoy products because they stack really, really well. You could stack them to the top of your trailer and not worry about the plastic molding or shaping or getting in a funny shape. You can set them all out in the field and they look fantastic every time you hunt.
So, loaded question here. You got some teal decoys there, and I purchased some teal decoys myself back in the day, but I was kind of ridiculed for it. And people said, when it comes to teal, you can just use any decoy, especially mallards. They're going to come in just fine. I'm guessing you would say otherwise since you're in the business of making these decoys?
I would actually, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I would tell you.
You're killing your own business here.
No, hear me out. If you're going to go hunt teal early season,
right,
the best decoy you can put out, in my opinion, is a gadwall hen.
Interesting. Go on.
You want a plain brown duck, and because it's a gadwall hen, it's oversized. It looks a little bit bigger to those teal, and so those teal come in early season. They see brown ducks. They're still brown. They haven't gotten into that winter plumage, and they want to come land next to those big brown ducks. Now, why would you make a teal decoy? Because if you're hunting later in the season, you want to have a variety of different looks in that spread, right? You're hunting a farm pond somewhere. You're hunting puddle duck water. You want to be able to put out a variety of different decoys, and those teal decoys, in my opinion, are more valuable later in the season than they are during teal season.
Ray Penny, folks. He is speaking some wisdom here at the G&H Decoy booth. Well, one last question for you, and that's about the company. How many people work in the manufacturing facility, and how many decoys do you sell a year?
That's a great question. As the business sort of got older and Dick Gazalski got older, the amount of sales that we had sort of dwindled in the last few years. We're making a real push to be back into the retailer that you like to go spend your money at. We're making a big push to be in those stores that you can walk in and hold our product in your hands and walk out the door with some decoys. So we're growing that part of the business. Right now, we've got staff of folks in the front office, and we've got 16 production employees. All except for 2 of them have been long-term employees of G&H, and all those long-term employees have come back and decided to ride with us for the next 87 years.
I want to bring somebody else in this conversation. That's Carlos Gomez. He's a retired game warden from Oklahoma, and you're actually the director of conservation for G&H Decoys. Tell me about this.
Well, John, Ray started this company back with the help of these investors, and then Ray and I got to know each other over the years because he was a prosecutor for fish and game violations in our area there in Oklahoma. I was a game warden for 41 years, so we built a relationship there doing prosecution of bad guys. Well, when Ray took on G&H Decoy, he came to me and said, I feel very strongly about conservation. I want G&H Decoy to be involved in conservation programs, and we need to partner up with different folks. And, we're going to be talking to different folks like Midway and NRA and different people that are doing things both in the outdoors as well as in their own business. So if they are willing to partner with somebody in the outdoors, that's what we want to do, is help get folks sponsored, get people into the outdoors, do whatever we can, our small part, to contribute to those programs that are going to help generate future hunters.
So when I think of conservation, my mind goes to habitat more than it does, R3 in terms of recruiting and retention of new hunters, which By the way, I agree with you. It's vitally important for the health of our sport. Are you doing anything on the conservation side when it comes to partnering with some of the nonprofits out there like DU or Delta Waterfowl?
We are talking to Delta and DU, NWTF. We're going to visit with the Rocky Mountain Elk folks because all of those sportsmen are waterfowlers, and waterfowlers hunt other things as well. So, yeah, it's about trying to do the 3 R's. That's important, but anyone that knows about hunting and fishing understands that the participants are the ones that are paying for that habitat you spoke of. So if we don't have future participants coming up through the ranks, our youngsters, we're not going to have folks paying for habitat. So there's a lot of folks out there with binoculars and birdseed, and they're not helping pay for the habitat.
You're right. They are not buying those duck stamps at all.
That's correct. So that's what we're trying to do, is generate enthusiasm amongst those young folks to come up and become a sportsman.
All right. Absolutely love this. A lot of things to love about G&H Decoys. Number 1, made in America. Number 2, employee owned. Number 3, conservation. Folks, you might want to consider for your next decoys going back to G&H Decoys. They got a quality product, and as you heard just now, this company's got a lot going for it in the future. Carlos, Ray, thanks so much for sharing this with us today on America Outdoors Radio.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
All right, we're back in studio, and I've got a nice little package from G&H Decoys we're giving away to one lucky listener this week. It includes a really nice camouflage mesh ball cap from G&H Decoys. Got their logo on front. Just perfect, I think, for those early season duck and teal hunts. We've got a t-shirt with the G&H logo on front and the phrase, "We're back," on the back. Couple of camouflage koozies for you from G&H, and a very nice engraved bottle opener for you too. If you want a chance to win this, here's what you do. Just go to our Facebook page at America Outdoors Radio, like and follow our page. That's step 1. Then step 2, go to the post thread where we're doing the giveaway and just let us know what state you're from and what station you're listening to today. That's all you have to do to enter. If you don't do Facebook, no problem. Just go to our website at AmericaOutdoorsRadio.com. Shoot us an email with that same information, and you are entered for a chance to win. Doesn't cost a thing, and we'll announce a winner after our last broadcast this weekend. It's a giveaway from G&H Decoys, and one of you is going to win it, so enter now.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstances, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the darkest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a nonprofit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference. That's huntofalifetime.org.
Country hunters and anglers. You may have heard of us, but what are we about? BHA is the voice for your wild public lands, waters, and wildlife. From national level policy work to boots on the ground projects like public land cleanups, we work across North America to uphold the legacy of our public lands and waters, as well as your opportunity to hunt, fish, and recreate on them. Stand up for public lands and waters and become a BHA member today. Visit backcountryhunters.org.
Hey, how'd the meeting go with Tommy's school counselor today?
Well, not exactly as planned. I think we need help.
Help? Why do we need help?
Well, I asked her about paying for college, and she said that's not something they do.
Maybe it is time to get some help. Even if Tommy just goes to state college, it's going to cost at least $25,000 a year. We'll have to rate our retirement, pay for Tommy's tuition. There's got to be a better way.
There is a better way. A way where you can pay less for college, or even receive college tuition free, regardless of your income or your student's grades. A way for you to keep your hard-earned income and savings for your future and spend less on college, while virtually eliminating the need for student loans. Get the facts about college admissions and tuition by going to tuitionprograms.org. That's tuitionprograms.org. tuitionprograms.org. Get the facts about college admissions and tuition by going to tuitionprograms.org.
Hunting and fishing are exercises in hope. Before you head into the woods, you hope to tag out on a deer you'll have to field dress. Before you make that first cast, you hope for a big fish to clean and fillet. When your hopes are realized, you'll need a sharp knife. Whether you sharpen that blade on a power sharpener in the shop or a manual sharpener in the field, WorkSharp has the tool for you. Look for WorkSharp products in sporting goods stores near you or online at WorkSharpTools.com.
You're back in with America Outdoors Radio. I'm John Cruz. We continue to bring you audio recorded on the floor of SHOT Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. I just love wandering the aisles and finding products that I think you are going to want to hear about, and I have definitely done that right now. We are talking to Todd Hertas with Off Grid Tools from Madison Lake, Minnesota. Todd, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, John. Glad to be here.
Well, you've got two things here that are really interesting to me. One of them is a survival axe. The other one is the Trucker's Friend. And this is also an axe, definitely bigger. Let's talk about this. I understand this has been around for a while, and why it is the Trucker's Friend.
Well, the product's been around for about 15 years, and it was originally developed for truckers to help destroy pallets that they might have on their truck, put on tire chains, check tire pressure, things like that. It's not a small axe. It's about 16, 18 inches long, weighs about 1.6 pounds, but it has some cool features to it that really appeal to a lot of different aspects. It's become very popular in the camping industry, but obviously it's an axe, and there's a hammerhead on there, and a pry bar, nail puller. Very good for chopping wood and campfire wood and stuff. So it's a very good product for that.
That's right. You don't have to be driving a semi to enjoy this, but if you do, you might want to have this. Something else we should talk about is the grip. I like this.
Yeah, the handle and the grip is made by Nupla, which is a California company, and they're very big in the construction trades, shovels and handle, axes, mauls, things like that. And so we buy our handles from them and then insert it into our heads.
In addition to being non-slip, it's also shock absorbing.
That is correct. Yeah, it's a very unique handle. It's one of their patented designs. There's actually a video on YouTube that shows a guy greasing up the handle and then grabbing a 5-gallon bucket full of water and is able to pick it up and not have it slip out of his hand.
Okay, so that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so if your hands are sweaty or dirty or muddy, this axe won't fly out of your hand if you're using it.
All right, that's the Trucker's Friend from Off Grid Tools. Again, let me run through the features for you. It's got the hammerhead. Obviously, it has the axe. It's got a nail claw. It's got a pry bar. It has a spanner wrench, a wire twist, a nail puller, a tire chain hook. And again, it's got this fiberglass shaft and that shock-absorbing non-slip rubber grip. And most important of all, it's made in the USA and has a lifetime warranty, too. How much does this retail for?
$70.
I'll tell you what, this is something you would have for the rest of your life.
That's right.
That's money well spent. Something that really caught my attention, though, beyond the Trucker's Friend, is this super cool survival axe. Tell our listeners about the features on this and just about the dimensions, too.
Yeah, this axe is about 12 inches in length and about 5 inches in width. It's got a very unique head on it where there's a unique curvature to the blade, so when you strike it into wood, it impacts the wood and makes a more of a deep penetration, but yet because of the curvature, it's easier to pull out. And then also including the head, there's some hex heads slots in there, so you can grip onto a nut or a bolt, and there's 8 different sizes that you can do. There's a spanner wrench on it, there's a gas valve shutoff wrench, and an all-important bottle opener. There's a hammerhead, a nail claw. At the end of the handle, there's a glass breaker and a seatbelt cutter in case you need to get in or out of a car in an emergency. And probably one of the unique features of the item is in the handle, there is a saw blade, a reciprocal saw blade that will retract by simply pushing a lever and twisting it, and it pops out. It's a 6-inch reciprocal saw blade that is replaceable, so you can replace it with the same blade or put a different type of a kerf on it or something like that.
This is super cool. I got to tell you. Love the colors, too. You got one that's kind of an OD green and one that's black. There's probably other ones out there as well. What does this retail for? And tell me the demographics of the buyers. Who's buying this?
Yeah, this one retails for $70 also. The demographics, I guess, it's a wide range. Campers, UTVers. I know a lot of guys, they take this and they clamp it onto, they figure out a clamping system to clamp it onto the UTV. I carry one in my box, my UTV. I use it for hunting. When I get at my hunting stand and I get a twig or something I need to chop out of the way or whatever, or I got a bolt loose on my tree stand, I use that to tighten it up.
You know, it's funny you say that. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking this is perfect for the duck hunter who's tromping out there and has to build a blind. I love this.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect for that. And then also on the opposite side, we got a lot of survivalists that put this in their bug out bag, and they just have it for readiness. Another cool thing about this, we sell a lot of these in the hurricane belts.
Go on.
Yeah, and in Houston on the TV station there, I can't remember it's a Fox station, I believe. They have aired this a couple times when hurricane season comes around. They have consistently named this as one of the top 5 items that you should have in your house in case you get caught in your house for a hurricane. We also have just recently started selling this in Japan for the same reason.
You know, I can understand why. I mean, it really is kind of like the multi-tool of axes and hammers, for lack of a better word. And you're right. It has pretty much everything you're going to need in an emergency or just doing what you do, out camping or out hunting. This survival axe from Off Grid Tools, this is another very good investment. The website to go to if you want to find out more about both the Trucker's Friend and the Survival Axe is offgridtools.com, offgridtools.com. And I'll tell you what, they're going to extend a special discount for you if you use the code SHOT22, that's for SHOT Show 2022, SHOT22, you're going to get a 20% discount. That is quite a deal.
Yeah, and then also all orders over $50 is free shipping.
All right. I'll tell you what there, Todd. You might be getting an order from me using that code of SHOT22. Again, folks, it's offgridtools.com. Check it out. And are you sold in stores as well, or is it all online?
We do sell online, and we do have some stores like Duluth Trading, Dunham Sports. They also sell our products.
All right. Well, there's a place to look for them. But again, 20% off is a pretty good deal. And the website to go to, offgridtools.com, and the code to use, SHOT22 for the Survival Axe or the Trucker's Friend from Off Grid Tools. Todd, thanks for sharing this with us today on America Outdoors Radio.
Yeah, thanks, John. I appreciate it.
And now it's time for one of my favorite segments of this program.
It's record fish time.
This record fish came out of the Deschutes River in Central Oregon. According to the Oregonian, Alan Deet, a Bend fly fisherman, got a hall pass from his wife to go fishing. You see, Alex is a new father, and they had a baby in November, and December 19th was the first day he actually got to go out on the river. He was after trout, fly fishing, and using an egg fly near Warm Springs when he landed a whitefish. And not just any whitefish, we're talking about a 5-pound, 12-ounce whitefish. That is a new state record for Oregon, nearly a pound heavier than the old state record of 4 pounds, 14 ounces. Not only that, it looks like this mountain whitefish is also larger than the current world record of 5 pounds, 8 ounces that was caught in Alberta back in 1995. Alex, who was fishing with a friend, was going to release the whitefish until his fishing partner told him, you might want to check to see if that's a record. They did. It was, and he weighed it in on a state-certified scale in a market in Bend and turned it in to the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, which certified that whitefish as a state record on January 7th. Next, Dietz will be submitting the fish to the International Game Fish Association, where it will likely be pronounced as the new world record. A lot of folks look down on whitefish, but me, I love catching them. They are scrappy fighters, and I always enjoy the fight, and I'm sure this one put up one heck of a fight. Way to go, Alex. That's one heck of a whitefish.
Congratulations on your new record.
Next up, I want to remind you again that I'm going to be exhibiting at the Washington Sportsman Show at the Fairgrounds in Puyallup starting this Wednesday, February 2nd, through Sunday, February 6th. I'll be in booth number 369, and I hope you'll stop by because if you do, you will see a banner there, and it's going to have a number from Henry Repeating Arms, and you will get a chance to text that number. And if you do, you are entered for a free chance to win a Henry Repeating Arms 22 caliber lever action Golden Boy rifle. This is an absolute thing of beauty. It is made in the USA. It looks like it came right out of an old Western movie set, but it is rugged, it's reliable, it is accurate out of the box, and you will love this if you are the lucky person who wins it. Again, doesn't cost a thing to enter. Just drop by our booth, text the number that's up there, answer a couple of questions that they're going to ask you at Henry Repeating Arms, and enter for your chance to win. And if you have not seen the Golden Boy before, check it out at henryusa.com. That's henryusa.com. And don't forget to ask for your free decals and catalog while you're there. One last reminder as well about that G&H Decoy swag package we are giving away this week. If you want a chance to win it, just go to our Facebook page at America Outdoors Radio. Like and follow the page. Look for the post thread where we are doing the giveaway. And just let us know what station you're listening to today and what state you're from. That's all you have to do to enter for a chance to win. If you don't do Facebook, no worries. Just go to our website at AmericaOutdoorsRadio.com. Shoot us an email with that same information, and you are entered that way too. We'll announce the winner after our last broadcast this weekend. It's time to go, so until next time, bundle up, be blessed, and do remember this. It is your country and your outdoors, so get out there and enjoy it.